a cherry tree's grown.
Ooh, nice.
Nice pink tree in between our bases now.
It is nice. It's unfortunate. If you have a forester, they won't plant those saplings.
Were they not?
No, because So in our practice world, I tried starting a base where I only took over those saplings. I got rid of any other saplings we had.
Finally completed some science.
Ooh.
By which I mean I've completed flax farming, which is not terribly useful in my current situation.
Yeah.
But
so I've actually grown some wheat.
Well done.
So
I'm still researching bread.
If I actually have a water gatherer and a scientist and a baker and everything,
all those things.
A problem.
Yes.
Is I have no workbench.
No.
I need a workbench to actually get some buckets.
Yes. You've placed it on a torch.
Right, new group, crafting. And I want them to initially only work on buckets. And I can sort the rest of it out when I actually have people. Because currently...
bronze anvil's finished. I've completed some more science.
Nice.
Bronze anvil might be more useful than flax, but still not bread.
Well, you'll be able to get arrows.
I will. It's still not bread, though, and food is my eternal issue.
Buckets. Needs copper parts. I can make some copper parts. There we go. Okay.
I guess I could research. I can research digger.
Do I have enough stuff to make beds? I can make one more bed. So I'll hire one more person.
And I can research the water pump. Not that I need the water pump, but I can research it. So, other weird news.
Yes.
Now that I've got out of the snow stuff, I found the McDonald's tab of my news site. Other takeaway restaurants are available.
Yep, we are unfortunately not sponsored by anyone. Although if you'd like to sponsor us,
if someone at McDonald's happens to be watching,
yeah, what have they got going on?
So a day ago, furious woman misses out on McDonald's breakfast by minutes, so calls the police.
Wow.
Apparently. So,
is that really something the police will respond to?
So it's this situation of like the cut-off for McDonald's breakfast is 11 AM. She was caught up in a queue at the drive-through and didn't make the 11 AM cut-off time and was refused her McMuffin meal. So she called the police, complaining it was unfair. Officers were far from impressed and gave words of advice about phoning them.
Is that the level people have reached? Are they that desperate? Oh. People are very desperate for food.
Presumably, this was an essential journey she was on as well.
Well, it would have to be. Otherwise, she shouldn't be going outside. Stuff like that. But this might be what this series just becomes. It's
just weird news. While we wait for stuff to happen.
Yeah.
One of the country's last boys' boarding schools may admit girls. Apparently.
That's not. Well, some people will say that's a bad thing, but it's not.
It's not. Dinosaur unearthed in Argentina could be the largest land animal ever.
Ooh.
That's a fairly interesting one. It's not so much weird news, it's just interesting news now.
Yeah. Gotta love some dinosaurs. Right. So I'm making
the article doesn't tell me a great deal. Some wine aged in space is tackling the gravity of climate change, apparently.
Really?
I'm confused.
I think space
I
wine
can't
just
read the article
incredibly
because
expensive.
I need a subscription to read the articles, so we don't get to find out more than that. That's all we know.
Oh, we just get the headlines.
It's a Times article, so I have to pay for it.
Oh.
It's depressing.
I'm making buckets.
Well done.
I should actually get some berry meal production now. Right, hide all. And let's just look at... So, berry meals and bread meals. Yeah. My bread meals was on 0. It's now gone to 2.
So, my scientist has slowed down a bit, so I'm going to turn him off for a second and put him back on water gathering. So he can gather some water and do some more science with it.
Turning him off and on again.
It's that I only make 4 water buckets, and I need 10 to do that, to do the fishing science.
Yeah.
So if I just make him go and gather some more water quickly, he can do some science while he waits for other stuff to be made.
Yeah.
Yes. I am getting meals, not just 6.
I bought water gatherers.
Getting there. I think the reason I have stopped making... I'm running out of... I'm having issues with copper, I think, is part of the reason I'm not making bread... I'm not doing bread research. I might remove my stone miner for a bit and make him a copper miner. Feels sensible.
Yeah. Ooh, my points are almost up to 1,000. I want 800 now. It's taking a while.
So, moving away from weird news, but still stuff completely unrelated to the game.
Yes.
I've started watching through Marvel films again in order.
Oh yeah, are you on the free subscription thingy? Is it the free trial of Disney Plus?
Oh no, I've had Disney Plus in the past. I have to pay for it this time. I'm sharing it with my parents at home, so they're paying part of it, so that they can also use it. You have it logged in on up to 7 devices. I think we've alternated months, so I don't have it every month, but we alternate paying for the months that I do get it.
Yeah.
And then I don't end up paying as much. But yes, and I've quickly found that it's impossible to watch all the Marvel films through Disney Plus, as Disney do not have permission to use all the characters.
Do they not?
So the Hulk isn't on there. The first Hulk film, not on there. Don't know why.
Well, that's technically, that Hulk isn't part of the MCU. It was made by a different studio, and at that point I don't think they did have the rights.
It was on the list that I found detailing which order they were released in, which order the films were released in.
Well, it's a complicated one because it is referenced by at the end of Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Because Hulk is technically the first of the Marvel films. But
so the list I had, it came second.
Oh, it might come second. It's referenced in the first, but it might come second though. But it's complicated.
I went and looked up a list, and the list told me to watch Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, etc., etc. So yes, no Hulk, so can't watch that. And then, not an issue yet, but will become an issue, the Spider-Man film's not on there.
Which Spider-Man? The old one, or any of them?
Films? Whichever one I need. Spider-Man Homecoming. Homecoming is not on there.
Ah, yeah, that's another... Because Spider-Man was loaned to Disney by Sony.
Far From Home is not on there either. Yes, so it's just those two that were on the list, and neither of them are on there. Which I was expecting to be, because the whole ownership of the character.
Yeah, so I don't think Deadpool will be on there either.
It's partially owned by Sony, so it can't be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Deadpool was not on the list of things I needed to watch.
Well, no.
And therefore was not an issue.
It will be soon, though, because I'm fairly sure they've announced that Deadpool will be in the next.
Yes, I did see later on the list in the future releases it will be added. The list also had all the series that you could need to watch.
What? So
that was another thing that's been announced. like Agents of Shield, Agent Carter, Daredevil,
Yeah.
Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, that sort of thing. Because apparently it's been announced that in the future, you will need to have seen those to understand what's going on in parts of the MCU.
Well, from what I've seen, it's a bit weird for why they've cancelled those, because they've cancelled those series, the ones that were on Netflix. And I've seen a couple of reasons why. The first is because they have Disney Plus, so they don't need Netflix to make their programs for them. So they just cancel them and not make them at all. But also, in another Marvel movie, they've hired one of the actors from one of the TV series, on the Netflix series. And it ruins the continuity if they have those as canon films. Which is, So I'm surprised that they've said that you do actually need to watch them.
It was referenced in the article I found. I'm probably not going to watch them because that's too much time that I don't have.
Yeah, I mean, they're not long series. They are quite good. Jessica Jones is very good. It's got David Tennant in.
But there's also only some of them are on Disney Plus. So
yeah,
Agents of Shield, Agent Carter, Inhumans, Runaways are all on there. The WandaVision, obviously, the recent release.
Yeah.
But Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Defenders, The Punisher, they're not on. Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
None of them are on there.
Because Netflix technically own the series. And Marvel owns the characters. Disney owns the characters. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll find the reference I saw of. See what it actually said. Yes. Given the wealth of content to watch in all shapes and sizes, keeping track of what every superhero is up to can be confusing, especially now that Kevin Feige?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. Let's go with that.
Has confirmed you have to watch the TV shows to know what's going on in the movies.
Yes.
So,
I mean, Agents of Shield, I think would tie in.
I've seen aspects of some of them, but equally, like, you get enough of it because we've watched through the MCU before, like a couple of years ago now. We watched through it all.
It's only last year, wasn't it?
End of first year.
We're
now like halfway through third.
Time does not exist anymore.
It was like a year and a half, almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
There's been like 3 more films since then.
Oh, there has. I mean,
the last one we watched through was Infinity War, I think.
Well, yeah. Because I don't think Spider-Man hadn't come out at that point.
No.
The most recent one, which I think is the most recent of all of them.
I'm not sure.
That was the end of Phase 4. I think. The next one that I think is coming out is Black Widow.
There is scheduled already on Disney Plus, but not released. So it's got a release date on Disney Plus. Is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yes.
That releases mid-March, and then I think the Black Widow one comes after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like we've watched it before, and I got the gist of what was going on then. That I didn't need the TV shows. Like you get enough information from the movies that's all you need.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Falcon and Winter Soldier, that will be one you need to watch to actually understand stuff.
I think it does come after everything that's already out, though, technically.
Yeah. Wait, so you haven't seen Endgame yet?
No, I have watched. So I've seen everything that we saw the other year, which I think was everything up to Infinity War, and I've seen Captain Marvel with my family.
Yes.
So I've not seen whatever the other thing that comes in between Infinity War and Endgame is, and I've not seen Endgame. Oh no, Ant-Man and the Wasp's the other thing that comes in between. I've seen that.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just Endgame, Spider-Man, and then the stuff that's not come out yet.
Yeah, Spider-Man comes after Endgame. Which I thought was always a bit odd. The Endgame, you'd think it'd be the last one in there, in that kind of chapter.
Yeah.
But no, they just added an extra Spider-Man film
Just
at the end.
no, a Spider-Man film comes into that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Scientist.
that's been my life the last couple of days, is working out, like trying to watch Marvel films but not having all of them available to me.
Yeah.
So having to skip parts of the story every now and again. It's not been an issue yet, but it will be when I can't see the Spider-Man films.
Yes. Do buckets get used up?
No, they should get returned as empty buckets, although they might get used up when it's a science.
Well, I was thinking, so I've had my person crafting buckets for a while. Or at least I thought I did. I've got a total of 5 buckets that go in and out of use.
Yeah.
Well, they seem to be floating. I might be fine for buckets. Because I've turned my crafter off, I've set them doing other stuff.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain they replenish the empty buckets like once the water is used from them, except for science.
Yeah.
I think science might use up the bucket.
I've got science off currently. But it's because I've got 2 full wheat farms just sat around waiting. And no one's harvesting them because they've been reassigned different jobs. So I'm now manually harvesting it. Which I don't want to do. That's not automation if I'm doing it myself. What's the point in having all these people if I have to do the work?